expect the punches to be real. Angel Reese should have been ejected, but WNBA officials, they can't do that.
2 of 6 from the free throw line. She had 2 points, 12 rebounds. 8 rebounds came off of her own missed layups.
There are honestly fans out there that think she's some kind of a top 10, 15, top 20 player.
Angel Reese should have been called for a flagrant foul. To be honest with you, she should have been ejected from the game.
It was the moment no one saw coming. A flash of chaos in the middle of what was supposed to be just another game. But in the blink of an eye, everything changed. The crowd gasped, the cameras zoomed in, and headlines exploded across social media. Angel Reese, the rising star of the WNBA, was at the center of it all, not for a buzzer beater or a highlight dunk, but for a heated altercation that ended with her suspension.
Take out her frustration on the face of one of the players for the Washington Mythicals. Now, I don't know the name of the victim,
where she shot 0 for 8 from the floor. She was scoreless through the whole game.
Angel Reese may be the worst perceived superstar.
The incident took place during a high-stakes matchup that had already been tense from the opening tip. Emotions were running high. Both teams trading blows on the scoreboard and with their words. The energy was electric, the pressure intense, and Angel Reese, always known for her fiery competitive spirit, wasn't backing down from anyone. Midway through the third quarter, things took a turn. A hard screen, a bit of trash talk, and then contact. A scuffle erupted under the basket. In the replay, it's clear.
Angel Reese again? Another instance where Angel Reese shows a complete lack of self-control.
Right, like, bruh, throw the ball out, fam. Like, bruh, you keep going up, missing it. You keep going up, missing it. Like,
Reese's hand made contact with her opponent's face during a shoving match that escalated in seconds. The opposing player stumbled back, stunned. Referees blew their whistles, benches cleared, and chaos momentarily ruled the court. What followed was swift and severe. After a review by league officials and a storm of reactions online, the WNBA handed down a suspension.
Time this week this has happened? At least in the first instance, Angel Reese was somewhat justified in her reaction.
The Chicago Sky have won 2 straight games, giving them a 2-4 record during the 2025 WNBA season.
Bro, get the rebound, kick it out, bro. We respect, yeah, you hustling, you getting the boards, but bro, kick it out. It's
Angel Reese, one of the league's most talked about rookies, was sidelined indefinitely. And just like that, the conversation shifted from her breakout performances to her conduct, from her stats to her suspension. Fans were stunned. Supporters rallied behind her, calling the punishment too harsh. Critics pounced, labeling her aggressive and unprofessional. The footage was everywhere, slowed down, analyzed, and debated by sports shows, fans, and former players alike. Was it intentional? Was it self-defense? Was it heat of the moment or something deeper?
Some anonymous player was pulling on her hair, which can be a very scary situation for some players in the WNBA.
31.1 overall as a 6'4" power forward. That's awful.
How many of them step back threes? Because she was working on her step back threes a lot this summer. She was working on that a lot this summer, right? Shooting that 3.
For Angel Reese, it was the kind of media storm that can shape a career. In seconds, her name became the top trend across the country, not for her scoring, not for her leadership, but for an act that many claimed crossed the line. She hadn't just committed a foul. She had, in the eyes of the league, broken the code of conduct. This wasn't the narrative anyone expected. Reese, fresh off a wave of college fame and high expectations, had become a symbol of the next generation of basketball. She was unapologetic, charismatic, and driven, a player with swagger and heart. But now, that same edge that made her a star had pulled her into controversy.
The reason we keep seeing these temper tantrums from Angel Reese, she is never held accountable.
Remember when everybody was talking about, oh, Angel Reese has been in the lab? This proves. Nah, I don't know what she's working on, but it's certainly not her inside game.
What made the moment even bigger was the timing. The WNBA had seen a major surge in viewership, with new rivalries and young stars lighting up the court. Angel Reese was at the heart of it. Her presence brought attention. Her attitude brought intensity. And her suspension? It brought headlines. Teammates were careful with their words. The team's management issued a short, clipped statement supporting the league's decision. Meanwhile, Reese herself remained mostly silent, letting a single cryptic tweet do the talking. No apology, no statement, just a pause that made the public lean in closer.
Unlike Angel Reese, who claims to be the reason that people are watching pretend basketball while having a minimal impact on television ratings.
You miss layups when there's 0 people there sometimes. You think you gonna make it when it's 5 people there, but they aren't? Like, come on, bro. Like, this is...
It's the kind of storyline sports thrives on. A hero, a controversy, a league forced to act. And it couldn't have come at a more high-profile moment. Every game she now misses is a game with fans watching the scoreboard and wondering what comes next. And yet, for many, this wasn't just about one player. It was about a sport that's growing up in real time, about how the WNBA handles aggression, conflict, and stardom. Angel Reese's suspension became a flashpoint, a test of how much room there is for intensity in a game that's still fighting for recognition, respect, and identity. The punishment was decisive, but the fallout continues.
WNBA fan base has rejected Angel Reese, but the league continues busting their ass trying to get her accepted.
Angel Reese has got off to a rough start this season, as she has only made 5 of her 22 shots.
He's not a good enough player to have a rivalry with Caitlin Cole. I'm sorry. She's just not a good enough player. She's not good enough.
Analysts dissected it from every angle, comparing it to past incidents, raising questions about consistency, fairness, and image. Some argued Reese was targeted because of her fame. Others said the league had no choice. One moment, one swing, and now an entire season's tone had shifted. In the stands, fans wore her jersey. On social media, her name trended for days. And in locker rooms around the league, players talked. Not just about the hit, but about the message being sent, about how far is too far, about what it means to play with emotion in a sport still shaping its voice.
Through facial recognition. But last night, the unidentified victim was introduced to the palm of Angel Reese's hand.
Since then, however, her shooting percentage has went from 22.7% to 31.1%.
Angel Reese will return. That much is certain. And when she does, all eyes will be on her. Every move, every gesture, every word. Because when the suspension ends, the scrutiny won't. Her comeback will be watched, dissected, and remembered. But for now, the court feels a little emptier, the league feels a little tenser, and the headlines are a little louder. Not because of a game-winning shot, but because of a moment of chaos, and the echo it left behind. In the end, it wasn't about the hit. It was about what it represented. Power, pride, pressure, and the fine line between passion and punishment.